Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for Coffee and Card at Home. So this is our final week using the Peaceful Dear stamp set, and today we're not actually using the punch, it is just the stamp set. And these are the cards that we are making, so they're quite quick to make actually, so a good one for batch making if you need to. So I'll just pop those to the side, and first of all you're going to need a card base, which I've used Old Olive. It's a C6 size card base, which is half of an A4 sheet and then scored at 10.5 centimetres. And we're going to use tone on tone stamping with Old Olive stamped on the base here, and we're going to create like our little forest. So I'm using the biggest tree from the stamp set, and first of all I'm just going to stamp some trees in the full strength ink along the bottom, and obviously you can overlap them slightly, change the height of them, because of course it is a natural forest. And then the next row I'm going to stamp off first, and I'm going to put those behind, so it's obviously making them look like them in the background. Again, vary your height. You're kind of wanting your trees to come to roughly halfway. Okay, so that's that done. Then next I'm going to take a square of basic white, which measures 8 centimetres by 8 centimetres, and we are going to stamp our deer. And I have decided to stamp my deer in real red, but you could of course use any colour that you wanted to. Just make sure when you stamp the deer that you leave enough room for the antlers, if you of course want to do a stag. And then for my antlers I'm just going to use Espresso. Let's put those on. And then if you have silver ink, you could use silver ink. I don't have any silver, so I'm just using Smoky Slate. I'm going to stamp some snowflakes around the outside of the deer. Now, because I don't want it to be too dark, I'm just stamping off first and then stamping on. And you can turn your stamp. Oh, forgot to do the stamping off on that one, so I might have to try and do a darker one somewhere else to make it look a bit more intentional. But it really doesn't matter, as long as you just go all the way around the deer. And then I'm just going to go back to my red ink, and I'm going to stamp a sentiment. Now, for some reason my piece of card for my sentiment has disappeared, so I'm just going to just double check. So it's the same width as your square, and if you've got the kit for this, then you will have a piece that's cut exactly to the right size, but I will just trim mine down in a second. So I'm using real red again, and I'm using 2 of the sentiments from the set, which I've actually put together on one stamp. So I've got Merry Christmas, it's the best time of year. If you're a bit worried about getting them straight, you can use your grid lines on your grid paper to help you line them up. And also, if you're worried about still getting them straight, then I would stamp them separately. So I'm just going to pop that on. And then you won't need to do this if you've got the kit, but I'm just going to trim this card down a little bit to get it a better size for sticking onto my card. So for anybody that wants to know the exact measurement as well, if you are using this, it's going to be 8 centimetres by 3 centimetres. I'm just going to double check that if I trim mine to 3 centimetres, it's going to be okay, not chop off anything. So we're going to stick that on now. I've used dimensionals just to raise it up. So I'm putting about 3 along each edge and then 3 down the middle. You just need to make sure you've got enough dimensionals so that it doesn't sag. And then I'm just going to put some on for the sentiment as well. And I'm just kind of zigzagging these. And then I'm just going to lay them on to make sure that I'm happy with my positioning. I'm going to go down about 1 centimetre from the top and then probably 1 centimetre from the bottom, roughly like that. And then when you're happy with your placement of those, you're just going to remove the backs from your dimensionals. I'm just going to pop that on there, and then same with my sentiment, just remove my dimensional backs. And I'm just going to line that up with my square that I've got at the top and similar sort of gap at the bottom. So we're almost finished. Just to finish off, I'm going to put a few silver rhinestones on just to finish it off, and obviously odd numbers always are the thing that I always try to do. You might want to put them on top of some of your snowflakes that are already there or in some of the gaps, but either 3 or 5 works well. That's one can go there. And then finally I'm just using some of the silver Simply Elegant trim. I'm just going to tie a bow with that. So bunny ears, and then just pull, hold your knot firmly and pull in your loops just to tidy that up. And then I'm just going to stick that on with a glue dot. Just going to pop that there and then just trim edges. There we go. And that's finished. So if I bring back my other one, you can see the two together. So fairly quick to do, good one for batch making if you've got still Christmas cards to make, and I hope you'll enjoy having a go at that. So quick recap of what we've used. We used an old olive C6 card base with a square of basic white cardstock, which was 8 centimetres by 8 centimetres, and then a rectangle of basic white, which was 8 centimetres by 3 centimetres. We used old olive, real red, smoky slate and early espresso inks, And then just to finish off, we have stuck everything down with dimensionals and glue dots and a little bit of the Simply Elegant silver trim and a few silver rhinestones. So if there's anything that you'd like to get hold of, give me a shout and I can pop an order in for you. Or if you need any help with any of that, then equally let me know and I'll do my best to help. And that is our final coffee and card for the Peaceful Deer stamp set. It's also our final coffee and card of 2022 and also our final coffee and card officially for the foreseeable future. I'm just taking a bit of a back seat with the crafting for a while. I'll still be doing things, but just a bit more in the background, and I'll be posting videos every now and again when I can. So thank you for watching. If you have been watching Coffee and Card on YouTube, I really appreciate people leaving me the comments that you have. And it's been so brilliant to do this with everybody. I will really miss it, but like I say, crafting in slightly different ways at the moment, and then hopefully when time eases up, I might be back to this. So have a good Christmas, everybody, and I will hopefully see you at some point in the new year. Take care. Bye.